Apocalypse+Zombies+Losers Counterattack+Duozi Duofu+Comment Duo Meimei Image+Self interested+Invincible. As soon as Cao Chuan returned to campus from his part-time job delivering takeout, he encountered the end of the world and was trapped in the same restroom as Li Jiayu, a former high-cold class flower. Li Jiayu, who used to see Cao Chuan as a poor ATM machine, did not expect that one day he would cry and beg Cao Chuan to protect himself. Cao Chuan naturally sneered, killing her without seeking revenge would be considered good. At this moment, the system descended, and as long as you save the beautiful woman and complete the ceremony, you can receive rewards. Since that's the case, then I won't be polite. Chapter 1. System Descent and Revival of the Human Race. You are listening at novel full.audio. Brain Storage Area, Yanzu, ephase check.in area. The protagonist is selfish and not a good person, mind being cautious when entering. No, you can't come in. This is a place to pee, dirty. It's not allowed here. Hearing the woman's voice inside, Cao Chuan spat and said loudly, "Dirty mother, you are crazy. If you don't open the door again, I will smash the door." You don't want it, I'll open it. The woman opened the wooden door. Cao Chuan rushed in without saying a word. Then he kicked the wooden door shut. Cao Chuan's hand, which had just killed a few zombies, is still numb at the moment. He placed the fire axe in his hand beside him. I just breathed a sigh of grandeur and began to recall what had just happened. This is Yongjiang University, and Cao Chuan is a junior student at this school. He just returned from delivering takeout today. I found that the entire campus became very eerie. Scenes of cannibalism everywhere. Cao Chuan, who usually works part-time delivering takeout and often reads novels while waiting for orders. At a glance, it was clear that they were no longer human. Doomsday, zombies. These 4 words appeared in Cao Chuan's mind. So, without saying a word, he went directly to the position of the fire cabinet and held a fire axe sprayed with red paint in his hand, killing all the way to the women's restroom. Just killed the zombie surrounding the door. I was about to go into the women's restroom and hide. I didn't expect the woman inside to hold the door tightly. This has infuriated Cao Chuan to death. Behind me was a zombie, and I really wanted to chop open this wooden door with an axe. Fortunately, the door finally opened. Otherwise, we'll have to find another restroom to hide. As for the classroom, Cao Chuan also thought about it. But classrooms with people have already turned into zombie parks, classrooms without people have no keys of their own, and toilets are already the best option. Suddenly, the voice of the woman closing the door came into Cao Chuan's ears. Cao Chuan. Listening to the woman's voice, Cao Chuan raised his head. What caught the eye was a familiar face. Her name is Li Jiayu, and she is also a junior student at Yongjiang University. She is also Cao Chuan's classmate and class monitor. When Cao Chuan first entered college, he was impressed by her appearance and became obsessed with it. I didn't expect the seemingly cold class flower to immediately agree. Cao Chuan, the little chick, immediately lost his mind. Although Cao Chuan looks good, he is still a bit inferior to the readers. He is not yet handsome enough to be unbeatable, let alone lacking the aura of Wang Ba. The girl takes the initiative to come forward. But Cao Chuan, who is in love, doesn't care about these things. Naively thinking that this is the legendary love at first sight. I never expected that she would just consider Cao Chuan as one of her many ATMs. In those years, not only did he work as a bull and horse for Li Jiayu, but he also took out a naked loan of 10,000 yuan to buy her a bag. By the time she found out that she was on N boats, the interest and principal on the loan had already rolled up to 30,000 yuan. Cao Chuan, a poor loser who came out of the countryside, is not worth it. Dan's self-esteem wouldn't let Cao Chuan borrow money from his family to repay the money. Afterwards, I wanted to ask Li Jiayu for an explanation, but I happened to run into her sitting in a Porsche Macan with her wealthy second-generation boyfriend. Not only is the poor loser looked down upon without self-awareness, but the toad also wants to eat swan meat. He was also beaten up by his wealthy second-generation boyfriend when he approached social media. From then on, Cao Chuan became the laughing stock of his classmates. At that time, whenever there was time, I had to go out and run the ugly troupe, with less than 5 hours of rest time per day. I didn't pay attention before, when I just came in. It seems that the one pushing the door at the door is the wealthy second-generation. Cao Chuan immediately smiled. Li Jiayu, you stinky 38, I didn't expect it to be you. Li Jiayu seemed to have not heard Cao Chuan's insults, his face pale, and his whole body trembling. Looking helplessly at Cao Chuan. Cao Chuan, what happened outside? Why did my boyfriend suddenly go crazy and want to eat me? It's so scary. Put away your disgusting clip sound. Have you just connected to the internet at home, or are you living in the era of 2G? Do you still understand the zombies of the end of the world? Apocalypse. Zombies. After listening to Cao Chuan's words, Li Jiayu couldn't help but grab Cao Chuan's sturdy arm. What should I do, Cao Chuan? You must protect me. I am your class monitor. As long as you protect me, I will definitely help you apply for the scholarship next semester. Scholarship. Are you okay, my class monitor? It's already the end of the world and he still wants to poo me. Where can I stay cool? Isn't your rich second-generation boyfriend very impressive? Let him come and save you, idiot. Cao Chuan looked at Li Jiayu with a look of disgust on his face. This dog is better than a materialistic woman, and it's not as good as a pig or dog that has been in college for a few years. Not seeking revenge from her is already the end of justice. Boyfriend. Li Jiayu's face was full of bitterness. Her cheap boyfriend was only chopped to the ground by Cao Chuan with an axe a minute ago. It's already this time. Where else can anyone save her? Cao Chuan doesn't care about her current mood. Directly carrying the fire axe, he came to the front of the sink and took a sip of tap water. It still needs to be the women's restroom. If it's a men's restroom, there's no separate sink inside. Can only go outside. In this situation, it's difficult to even have a sip of water. Cao Chuan, aren't we going out? Li Jiayu looked at Cao Chuan's sturdy body and spoke in a voice. Get out. Hee, the door is over there, please do as you please. Cao Chuan replied calmly. Listening to the roar of zombies outside the door, Li Jiayu was immediately speechless. She's a girl, where are these cannibalistic zombie opponents? I originally wanted Cao Chuan to take her to another place. But looking at Cao Chuan's current situation, it is obvious that he has no intention of leaving now. It's safer to stay in the women's restroom. Yes, I'm so hungry. I didn't even have lunch. Cao Chuan did not pay attention to the dynamics of the woman Li Jiayu. At this moment, he has a very headache. There is no food in the women's restroom, only fresh water. Although I can survive for a few days, I will definitely not live until chapter 10. What should I do? Cao Chuan is just an ordinary person, how many zombies can he kill with a fire axe? He's already in his 20s and still a little virgin. He doesn't want to die like this. Just as Cao Chuan was thinking about how to break the situation, a sudden sound appeared in his ear. Ding! Detected that the second-level civilization Blue Star is in a biochemical crisis, causing a sudden drop of 90% in global humanity. The host has been confirmed. Host confirmation successful. Host Cao Chuan, aged 21, detected sperm activity 10 times higher than that of the same species, and successfully bound the Duozi Duofu system. What the hell? Cao Chuan was startled by the sudden sound. Then came ecstasy. Is there a system bound to me? Am I supposed to take off in place? Cao Chuan immediately spoke up to the system and asked, "System, what functions do you have?" Ding. Return to the host. This system is designed to revive the human race. As long as the host saves beautiful women and allows them to agree or passively become the host, they can receive rewards. In order to save the human race, please ask the host to marry more and have more children. The new book is on its way. Chapter 2. First Drop of Blood. You are listening at Novel Full.Audio. Marry more wives and have children. This system is great. Cao Chuan was immediately ecstatic. Among the protagonists in the apocalyptic novels, none were reckless and lawless, with wives and concubines in groups. I didn't expect Feng Shui to take turns, today it's his turn. Women. Isn't there one right in front of me? Although Li Jiayu's character is very disliked by Cao Chuan. But their appearance and physique are beyond words. Originally unable to survive, Cao Chuan didn't mind becoming a true man before his death. Now, it's even more necessary. As for whether Li Jiayu is here or not, Cao Chuan doesn't mind. The taste of a young woman is much more nourishing than a little girl who doesn't understand anything. Don't forget. Cao Chuan surnamed Cao, Cao of Cao Cao. However, for women like Li Jiayu, the more you give face, the less she wants face. Going directly to ask her to be her own woman may not only fail to achieve it, but also lead to disappointment. Think of it here. Cao Chuan immediately grabbed the fire axe and walked to the wooden door. Li Jiayu watched as Cao Chuan was about to leave. I couldn't sit still immediately. Where are you going? It's none of your business, Cao Chuan said bluntly. Don't leave, we are classmates, you have to take me away. Li Jiayu immediately stopped in front of Cao Chuan, with a pitiful expression on his face. If it's on a regular basis. The little licking dogs saw this situation. I wish I could take her straight through the thorns and go wherever I want. But now it's Cao Chuan. The 2.5 years of Cao Chuan's debt repayment career made his heart as cold as RT Mart's fish. Take you. Is it just your big butt or a big bear? Do you deserve it too? Get out of here. Cao Chuan mercilessly threw Li Jiayu aside. Touch the pin directly with your hand. We're about to open the door. The voice of the woman behind him once again reached Cao Chuan's ears. Cao Chuan, you're still not a man. Do you want me to be a weak woman waiting here to die? Li Jiayu looked at his back and said with a hint of tears. Okay, put away your pinyin. Am I a man? Do you want to give it a try? Cao Chuan didn't give Li Jiayu face and directly retorted. You're really shameless. How can you take me to a safe place? I'm willing to. Woo-woo. Li Jiayu was so anxious that she almost cried. Without Cao Chuan, she would really starve to death if she stayed in the women's restroom. Okay, Cao Chuan said with a smile. You agree. Li Jiayu was both surprised and delighted, and her face suddenly changed. Cao Chuan turned to look at Li Jiayu. The left hand directly pinched her chin. Lift her chin up. Be my woman, Cao Chuan said seductively. What? I said I want to take you to a safe place. Okay, make me comfortable, be my woman, Cao Chuan said calmly. Cao Chuan's words fell. Li Jiayu's face was filled with shock. She looked at Cao Chuan, who was once like a lost dog. Surprisingly speaking such words. She suddenly couldn't react. How can Cao Chuan so domineering? What is the situation of a little heartbeat? Li Jiayu's gaze at Cao Chuan began to blur a bit. Are you serious? As your woman, are you willing to take me away? Cao Chuan, I knew you treated me the best. Li Jiayu immediately replied, turning her tears into a smile. Originally, Cao Chuan was mentally prepared to be ridiculed and ridiculed by Li Jiayu. Who knew it was such a result? I suddenly felt dull and tasteless. Never mind, after all, he met his expectations and became just a tool man, it doesn't matter. Okay, since you've agreed, I'll inspect the goods first and see if this deal is worth it. Cao Chuan directly pulled Li Jiayu into his arms. Pain. Be gentle. Li Jiayu said with a hazy expression in his eyes. Cao Chuan didn't care about these things, he pushed Li Jiayu to the corner very domineeringly. Subsequently, the exploration of human origin was carried out. I didn't expect you to be just a baby, Cao Chuan said unexpectedly. This woman has played with so many men. And there is also a wealthy second generation. Surprisingly, Cao Chuan was able to maintain his perfect body. I'm not a casual woman, I've never given them any advantage, Li Jiayu replied with a hint of resentment. Then give me a discount. Half an hour later. The system's prompt sound was once again transmitted to Cao Chuan's ears. Ding. The host has successfully saved the beautiful woman. Congratulations to the host for receiving the first drop of achievement blood. The reward is currently being distributed. Ding. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the passive skill Insulator and immunity to all viruses. Ding. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the passive skill to follow their sexual desires. After being happy, you can always control the number of pregnancies and enter the soul at once, allowing the object to conceive according to your time. Ding. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the Imperial Daughter Radar. If there is a suitable pregnant woman within a range of 100 meters near the host, a prompt will be given to the host. Ding. Congratulations to the host for obtaining Li 1*1, which can greatly improve the host's physical fitness after taking it. Ding. Congratulations to the host for obtaining a storage space of 10 meters *10 meters *10 meters, which can accommodate all non-living creatures and maintain their original storage state. Listen to the system's prompt sound. Cao Chuan was immediately dumbfounded. The reward for sleeping in a slot is too rich, isn't it? The reason why zombies in the apocalypse are so scary is that they can make countless mistakes, but you can only make one mistake. As long as the skin is lightly scratched. The domineering zombie virus can turn you into his companion within half an hour. The first reward now made him feel like he had taken a golden look. How can we not be excited? As one pleases, this is a good thing. The name of this system is, Many Children, Many Blessings. If the offspring cannot succeed at once, they will have to die from exhaustion. Good thing, absolutely good thing. Let's take a look below. What kind of thing is the Imperial Daughter Radar? Is Cao Chuan this kind of person? Hey! Just eat this set. What a good thing. With this thing, it will be much more convenient to find survivors later on. It's like playing RPG games from a god's perspective. One word. Great. System space goes without saying much, it is a must-have for the apocalypse. At this moment, a system interface also appeared in front of Cao Chuan. Name. Cao Chuan, age. 21, attribute. Strength. 11, average for normal adults is 10, physical strength. 8, average for normal adults is 10, speed. 11, average for normal adults is 10, mental power. 8, average for normal adults is 10, passive skill. Insulator, as you please, special skills. Imperial Radar, storage space, 10 by 10 by 10, look at your own attributes. 2.5 years of high-intensity work experience have indeed allowed him to surpass the strength of ordinary people. This physical and mental strength must be due to the long-term lack of sleep. Just thinking about it, I can't sleep enough every day just to pay off my debts. Where do I get my physical and mental strength? Driving an electric scooter to deliver takeout without sudden death is not bad. I just don't know how effective this powerful pill is. Without any hesitation, Cao Chuan directly held the powerful pill in the space in his hand. A pill as big as a lion's head lay quietly in Cao Chuan's hand. Gudong. Cao Chuan swallowed it directly. The next second, Cao Chuan was burning all over and his eyes were red as he looked at Li Jiayu in front of him. Chapter 3. Leaving the women's toilet. You are listening at novel full.audio. 2 hours later. Cao Chuan was released for the second time. Subsequently, it entered the sage mode. Looking at Li Jiayu who had fallen asleep under her body, she had lost the feeling of being moved. That matter is just average, it's not as satisfying as LOL's unlimited firepower yet. Cao Chuan touched his pocket and took out a small white dragon from it, pointing it up. When he returned, it was already 5 o'clock, and with this tinkering, it took 2.5 hours. It's already late at night. Although I don't know if zombies will significantly strengthen at night like in games. Given the intensity of human vision, it is very dangerous at night. At this moment, the zombies are all attracted to the classroom area. The women's restroom is relatively safe here. Forget it, just stay overnight in the women's restroom. We'll talk about anything tomorrow. Before going to bed, Cao Chuan took some time to check his attributes. A powerful pill. Directly increased his attributes by 10 points. Good guy, no wonder you were so brave just now. 2 times the strength of a normal human. This can be considered Superman, right? As long as he is not surrounded by zombies in the corner, Cao Chuan is not afraid of zombie viruses and has a power speed of up to 21 points. Ordinary zombies no longer pose a threat to him. Bully. There was nothing to say overnight. The next day, it was just dawn. Cao Chuan stood up in high spirits. Behind Cao Chuan is Li Jiayu. Due to Cao Chuan's actions, she was also awakened. Staring blankly at Cao Chuan. The faint pain between her legs made her realize that everything was not a dream. What time is it? Li Jiayu asked. The next day. Cao Chuan's tone lost the aggressive feeling of yesterday. Instead, it adds a touch of gentleness. After all, boys always pay special attention to the first woman. Although she had tricked me before. The so-called one-night marriage with 100-day grace, since there is already a marital matter. Li Jiayu is still a perfect person, so many difficult brothers and sisters have not picked the stamens, and he himself is not at a disadvantage. He Cao Chuan is not someone with a small belly and chicken intestines, of course he chose to forgive her. Ah, it's already the second day. Li Jiayu got up. But watching myself naked in front of Cao Chuan. Suddenly, she shyly covered important parts with her hands, but her figure was indeed very good. Where can one hand block so many places? The action is very comical. Alright, I've seen it before. Yesterday, your expression was even more enjoyable than mine. What's in your gear? Hurry up and get dressed, ready to leave the women's restroom and search for food outside. Is it difficult? Are you not hungry? Cao Chuan said. What are you saying? Humph, stinky thug. Li Jiayu gasped for breath and immediately started putting clothes on her body. Cao Chuan smiled but didn't care. Then the wooden door of the women's restroom was opened by a crack. Looking out from this perspective. After a day of time. There aren't many zombies left in the hallway. After all, at 5 p.m. this time. Many people haven't finished classes yet. The classes that need to be taught are mostly in the classroom. Those who are not in the classroom are also playing games in the dormitory or in the cafeteria. The zombies were not piled up in large piles in the teaching corridor. It actually saved Cao Chuan a lot of things. After confirming the route, Cao Chuan turned to look at Li Jiayu, who had already been dressed, and said, follow me closely later, don't fall behind, and don't make any noise. Otherwise, as long as a zombie entangles you, I won't stop to save you, you know. Okay, okay. Li Jiayu nodded like a chicken pecking at rice. Cao Chuan saw Li Jiayu cooperating so well. There were not too many difficulties. Directly carrying the fire axe, he left the women's restroom. As soon as I turned the corner outside, I saw 3 zombies gnawing around a corpse. Cao Chuan remained silent. Directly sweep 1,000 troops. One axe cut off the heads of 3 zombies from right to left horizontally. It's less than a second from the battle to the end. I didn't expect the axe-wielding action I learned from Love Funi Long Xiao to be surprisingly effective. However, it also depends on Cao Chuan having twice the combat power of humans. Ugh! Li Jiayu, who came out from behind, almost vomited when he saw the scene in front of him. Fortunately, she didn't eat 2 meals and didn't vomit anything, so she endured it. After suppressing vomiting, the scene of Cao Chuan cutting 3 zombies with an axe just now reappeared in his eyes. It's too strong. Li Jiayu never expected it at all. Besides being a bit handsome, the ordinary Cao Chuan is surprisingly so powerful. Slay 3 zombies in 1 second. Even if it's killing a chicken, it's not as fast. Li Jiayu is a realistic woman. In times of peace, we pursue a wealthy second generation. What is the most valuable thing in the apocalypse? That's strength. Cao Chuan's current strength, let alone her Li Jiayu, is afraid that those cold and aloof school flowers will actively embrace her. I have figured everything out. Li Jiayu suddenly felt relieved. I must take good care of Cao Chuan. At least eliminate the bad impression left on Cao Chuan before. In this apocalypse, Cao Chuan may feel even more secure than his uncle. After killing 3 zombies, Cao Chuan watched as Li Jiayu was able to forcefully swallow the vomit. I have a somewhat different view of this woman. That's right. Women who know how to use their advantages to obtain resources in times of peace. It's not a white lotus. Nature is very adept at seeking benefits and avoiding harm. Once you have recovered, let's continue moving forward. The whole school cannot have the ability to confront zombies head-on alone. If you don't want to go hungry, come with me to the small shop quickly, Cao Chuan said. Li Jiayu nodded immediately. Strive to appear useful. Their teaching building is not far from the small shop at the entrance. After a few twists and turns, dozens of zombies were killed before arriving near the small shop. Cao Chuan looked over. There are many zombies in the snack bar. Fortunately, they were all at the entrance, and Cao Chuan calculated that with his speed advantage, he should be able to kite this group to death. Anyway, he's not afraid of zombie viruses. It's okay if he gets scratched twice. After making a plan, Cao Chuan directly let Li Jiayu hide nearby. After confirming that there were no zombies that could quickly approach Li Jiayu, Cao Chuan walked directly towards the zombie swarm with a fire axe in hand. Cao Chuan did not detour to the side to launch a surprise attack. Because it's not necessary. After the zombies smelled the scent of humans. Suddenly, everyone looked over. Ah! Hee hee! Excitedly, they rushed towards Cao Chuan one by one. Cao Chuan remained silent. One axe directly split the zombie at the forefront into 2 pieces. Then he casually swung horizontally and chopped back. 3 or 4 more zombies fell to the ground and couldn't get up. Li Jiayu was stunned by it. Too handsome, is this my husband? So strong. The remaining 5 or 6 zombies are naturally not opponents of Cao Chuan. The king of Qin casually circled around the pillar. He has already beheaded all the zombies at his feet. Looking at the zombies in the distance, they were attracted by the sound of fighting here. Cao Chuan didn't waste time either. I rushed straight into the snack bar. It doesn't matter if it's useful or not. Directly and completely absorbing the system space. The convenience store is only 50 square meters, with aisles and shelves. After Cao Chuan collected everything, the system space only increased by 1/10 of the space. 1 minute later, Cao Chuan left the convenience store. He quickly arrived next to Li Jiayu. He grabbed her arm and said, "Hurry up, there are too many zombies. Go to your dormitory." Chapter 4. Surprisingly, are there pregnant women nearby? You are listening at Novel Full.Audio. Dormitory. Okay. Li Jiayu did not question why Cao Chuan entered the convenience store and did not bring anything out. Watching no less than 50 zombies chasing after her, she couldn't care too much. Bring Cao Chuan to her dormitory. Graduate dormitories at Yongjiang University. Li Jiayu, a junior student, was able to live in such a dormitory with 1 staircase and 2 households. Her second-generation boyfriend, who blames the rich, is indispensable. Fortunately, the dormitory has a door lock that can be opened with fingerprints and keys. The two of them easily entered. With the heavy stainless steel door closed, the group of zombies outside lost their tracks and couldn't break through the anti-theft door. After a few minutes, they quieted down. But these zombies haven't left here either. But it was surrounded by the dormitory. It's probably not that easy to go out next time. Entered the dormitory. Cao Chuan sat down on the sofa. The battle just now was already running, although it was his one-sided killing of zombies. But only he knows the danger inside. The physical exertion is very high. Not a minute has passed. Cao Chuan had already entered a semi-asleep state. Standing beside him, Li Jiayu looked at Cao Chuan in confusion. Without food, she was indeed a bit disappointed. Fortunately, she has returned to the dormitory and has a habit of storing snacks. Although she is not full, she can still hold on for a few days. As long as Cao Chuan is still around, there is an opportunity. After Li Jiayu quietly ate some snacks, looking at Cao Chuan resting. That looks more and more handsome. Li Jiayu bit his finger, and a few minutes later, his beautiful head nodded directly. Determined, he turned his head and entered the bathroom. Then he took out a basin of water from the bathroom. She came to the front of Cao Chuan and placed the basin at his feet. He lifted Cao Chuan's feet lightly. Li Jiayu's actions directly woke Cao Chuan up. But he didn't open his eyes. But with squinting eyes, Li Jiayu took off his shoes and socks. Then a pair of delicate hands walked upstream of his feet. Li Jiayu, this woman is actually helping him wash his feet. This. Isn't that great too much? If it weren't for the end of the day, Cao Chuan, a poor loser, wouldn't have enjoyed such treatment. The apocalypse may not be a bad thing. Especially Li Jiayu bent over to rub his feet. The snow-white vacuum ahead. Let Cao Chuan's desire come again. Cao Chuan endured his good brother's rebellion and waited for Li Jiayu's service. Over 10 minutes. Hot water has turned into cold water. Li Jiayu touched his slightly sweaty forehead and sniffed his own clothes. After staying in the restroom for so long, there's a strange smell. Anyway, my husband hasn't woken up yet. I'll go take a shower first, Li Jiayu murmured. After speaking, he withdrew the water basin, twisted his waist and walked into the bathroom. 1 minute later. Shwa shwa shwa. The sound of showerheads flowing water came from the bathroom. Cao Chuan glanced and tidied up his clothes. I stood up directly and walked into the bathroom door, then pushed the door open and entered. Li Jiayu, who was washing her hair, didn't even feel anyone coming in. Until those rough hands climbed the peak. Ah! Li Jiayu meowed. Then he opened his eyes. I saw Cao Chuan revealing his 8-pack abs that caught my eye. Don't talk, kiss me. Cao Chuan grabbed Li Jiayu's cheek and spoke. Woo-woo. The temperature of the water heater has been washed from 75 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius. The two of them just came out of the bathroom. Cao Chuan is fresh and refreshing, and Li Jiayu's face and ears are red. Cao Chuan undoubtedly carried Princess Li Jiayu out. Okay, so domineering. Li Jiayu thought to herself. After 2 days of contact, she had already transformed into the shape of Cao Chuan. Like a cat, obediently lying on Cao Chuan's body. Hello, takeout, are you hungry? Cao Chuan looked at the beautiful woman in his arms and said. Cao. Husband, aren't you from the ugly troupe? I'm asking if you're hungry. I haven't waited for Li Jiayu's answer yet. Her belly spoke the answer. Cao Chuan smiled and directly took out a bottle of milk, a piece of meat floss bread, and a piece of Wang's Hongwang ham sausage from the space, placing them in Li Jiayu's hand. Where did this come from? Li Jiayu looked at the food that suddenly appeared in his hand and swallowed. Goo 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 goo. My stomach let out a moan once again in frustration. She has never been so hungry before. I originally wanted to maintain my image as a lady. But after seeing the food, I couldn't resist the temptation at all. I'm hungry, said weakly. Go eat. Cao Chuan put Li Jiayu on the sofa. Watching Li Jiayu eat with relish. I also took out a bread from the space and started gnawing it. Walking and eating, I quickly arrived at the window. Watching the increasing number of zombies outside. Cao Chuan frowned. The commotion just now was a bit loud. The number of zombies has more than doubled. Excuse me. At this moment, a continuous and rapid prompt sound suddenly appeared in Cao Chuan's mind. Ding! A suitable pregnant woman has been detected nearby and is in danger. Please rescue the host as soon as possible. The corresponding information has been sent to the host system for notification. Please check as soon as possible. Ding! A suitable pregnant woman has been detected nearby and is in danger. Please rescue the host as soon as possible. The corresponding information has been sent to the host system for notification. Please check as soon as possible. Is there a suitable pregnant woman nearby? Without any hesitation, Cao Chuan immediately opened the system interface. The icon of an envelope logo in the upper right corner is flashing with a hurried light. Cao Chuan clicked on it without saying a word. Soon, a woman's information appeared on his system interface. Name. Wulanlan, photo. Image.GIF, age. 24, appearance rating. 88, body score. 96 purity. 99% current health level. 80%, hunger, comprehensive score. 92, system evaluation. A married young woman with no history of pregnancy has been identified by the system as in the golden period of pregnancy. The host is requested to rescue and make her pregnant as soon as possible, in order to revive the human race. Cao Chuan squinted his eyes and directly opened the photo of the woman to view. Suddenly, he was amazed by heaven and earth. Lying in bed, this woman has a convex front and raised back, fair and beautiful skin. Not only is her facial features exquisite, but even her grain bag is several sizes larger than Li Jiayu's. She is truly a woman with a body rating of 96, and is indeed top-notch. According to the markings on the system radar. This woman lives on the 3rd floor of the building opposite her. Originally, there were no zombies on her side. Due to the fact that when Cao Chuan and his companions first arrived, they brought all the surrounding zombies, which led to blood mold and danger. Cao Chuan saw at once that there were dozens of zombies wandering downstairs at her side. Several zombies did not know what they smelled, and they had already started to go upstairs. More importantly, her dormitory doesn't have stainless steel anti-theft doors like Li Jiayu's dormitory. The zombie can easily reach outside her door. It's really dangerous. Cao Chuan touched his beardless chin and looked over there. There are so many zombies downstairs now. Although I am not afraid of zombie viruses, the saying goes that ants often bite elephants. With so many zombies, even a bite could kill him. Cao Chuan never considered himself a savior. Everyone needs to be rescued. But since the system has given a prompt, it's a bit contemptuous not to save people. We need to come up with a solution. Chapter 5. Wulanlan. You are listening at Novel Full.Audio. Cao Chuan walked thoughtfully around the room. Soon, a package that had not been unpacked was found in Li Jiayu's room. Isn't this special code the drone that I, a fool, bought with a loan to give to Li Jiayu? Cao Chuan couldn't help but laugh. I didn't expect to find the things he gave in Li Jiayu's room. It's really ironic. It was Li Jiayu who requested Cao Chuan to take her to drive the drone in northwest China. Later, because Cao Chuan couldn't afford to rent a car, the plan had to be put on hold. Meanwhile, the drone was also left unused by her. Not even willing to open the packaging. However, now is the time to come in handy. Cao Chuan brought the drone into the living room. Divide the drone's outer packaging by tearing it apart. Li Jiayu, who was eating, was very puzzled. What is Cao Chuan doing? It's already the end of the world, and are there any leisurely aerial photos? However, she dared not ask too much and could only watch Cao Chuan tinker with confusion. Soon, the drone slowly took off under the control of Cao Chuan. After Cao Chuan became familiar with the operation methods of drones, the cheap drone has taken off. It's buzzing and noisy. In peacetime, such noisy drones are simply industrial waste. But now the horizontal apocalypse of zombies is a good thing. Watching Cao Chuan tinker here for half a day, Li Jiayu couldn't help but ask, Cao Chuan, what are you doing? Cao Chuan did not answer her words. Instead, he turned around and said, you just stay here honestly. If I don't come back, no one will open the door. I'll go out and do something, okay? Okay. Li Jiayu nodded as if she understood something. Then I saw Cao Chuan directly open the window and launch the drone into the air. Buzzing. The sound of a swarm of bees dancing was uploaded from the drone. It quickly caught the attention of all the zombies downstairs. Ah. Hee. The zombies rebelled. However, the zombie cannot jump yet and can only reach out to catch this drone. Cao Chuan casually controlled the flying angle of the drone, which triggered a surge of zombies. There's a play. Cao Chuan's face showed a smile. That's easy to handle. Subsequently, the flight route was set directly on the drone's app. Guide this group of zombies to the distance. As the drone slowly flew over the heads of the zombies began to move. Basically, all the zombies are heading towards the direction of the drone's operation. Cao Chuan watched the zombie swarm from the window and waited for a few minutes. The zombies downstairs have already left in disarray. Cao Chuan has already left almost. Directly lifted the fire axe beside him. As for the scattered zombies left, Cao Chuan didn't even pay attention to them. Even too lazy to go out through the anti-theft door. I stood directly at the window and jumped up. Boom. Pop. Fall steadily with both feet. That graceful movement made Li Jiayu's eyes sparkle with stars. She couldn't help but exclaim, my husband is really handsome. After landing, it quickly caught the attention of the remaining zombies. Suddenly, one by one, with their mouths wide open, walked towards Cao Chuan. Watching the approaching zombies, Cao Chuan didn't even glance at them, relying on his muscle memory, he directly sent them to the west with an axe. Easy and easy. It only took a few minutes to arrive at the door of a pregnant woman. Dong dong dong. Open the door. Cao Chuan shouted with his mouth open. Cao Chuan knocked for a long time, but there was no response inside. It's quite cautious. Cao Chuan smiled and said. Then he continued shouting directly at the door, Wulanlan, I know you're inside. Cao Chuan's words have just finished. There is a response inside. You, who are you, why do you know my name? Wulanlan responded. Cao Chuan naturally wouldn't say it was his own name. In order to save people, he just opened his mouth and talked nonsense. That's how I tricked the woman out. Li Jiayu has been watching Cao Chuan's movements at the window. Just as she was speculating about what Cao Chuan was going to do. Cao Chuan has come out. Not only did he come out, but there was also a person behind him. A woman. Cao Chuan went out and brought back a beautiful woman, although she couldn't be seen clearly from a distance. But this situation made Li Jiayu feel a crisis. Who is she? Is she her husband's current girlfriend? Looking at the two gradually becoming clearer. Li Jiayu was not foolish enough not to open the door for the two of them. Instead, after tidying up her appearance and confirming that she was still a beautiful girl, she went downstairs and opened the door for the two of them. Li Jiayu's actions did not catch Cao Chuan's attention. On the contrary, Wulanlan looked at Li Jiayu with a puzzled expression on her face. The two girls looked at each other with 4 eyes. Li Jiayu was the first to break the calm. Is that you? Li Jiayu said. Do you know me? Wulanlan looked at Li Jiayu with a puzzled expression on her face, and she thought for a moment. In my memory, I did not find any information about Li Jiayu. Looking at Li Jiayu with confusion. Cao Chuan was also puzzled, looking at Li Jiayu's surprised expression. Is it difficult for this Wulanlan to have other amazing identities? You, aren't you Wulanlan, one of the 4 former campus beauties of Yongjiang University? I heard you got married after graduation, but I didn't expect to meet you here, Li Jiayu said. Cao Chuan has been busy working these years and has not paid much attention to the ranking of school flowers. Listen to Li Jiayu's words. Now I carefully looked at Wulanlan. I didn't pay attention just now. This woman actually looks much more beautiful than in the photo. Especially the elusive aura of a young woman, like poison, caught Cao Chuan's attention and couldn't even move his eyes. A pair of flickering big eyes, coupled with a high nose bridge and cherry lips. Just like Cao Chuan, he couldn't help but want to step forward and take a bite. She is truly a beauty in the world. I didn't expect to be a school belle, I've made a lot of money from this. Li Jiayu, to put it bluntly, is not on the same level as Wulanlan. Two women standing together, which is stronger or weaker, can be easily seen at a glance. I didn't expect that even my junior sister would know my name. I'm really flattered, said Wulanlan elegantly. Then Wulanlan looked at Cao Chuan. She spoke up and asked, this little brother who saved people, when will the rescue team come? What? There's a rescue team. Li Jiayu looked at Cao Chuan with surprise. Sorry, beautiful woman, there's no rescue team at all. The world is already at the end, it's just me saving you. Cao Chuan waved his hand, not caring at all to admit that he was lying to her. After listening to Cao Chuan's words, Wulanlan fell silent for a moment. But soon she regained her mood. After all, at this age, I am not a child anymore. Now the entire campus is covered in zombies, and it's probably not much better outside. Rescue team. When Cao Chuan mentioned the rescue team before, she already had doubts, but she was just seeking psychological comfort and deceiving herself. She already had no food left, even if Cao Chuan didn't come to find her, she had to find a way to leave her room and go out to search for food. Cao Chuan was able to rescue himself from the zombie swarm. I am naturally grateful. Goo 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 goo. At that moment when the air suddenly quieted down, Wulanlan's stomach started to scream uncontrollably. Chapter 6 I only do it once. You are listening at novel full.audio. Hee, the beautiful woman is hungry. I have plenty of food, you can eat some first. After Cao Chuan finished speaking, he directly took out a few pieces of French bread and a bottle of Forget baby milk from the space and handed it to Wulanlan. I don't mind Wulanlan knowing the secret of his space at all. Wulanlan didn't care. She was hungry for half a day, watching the food brought out by Cao Chuan. Why do you still think so much? Ignoring the image of a fairy, he directly took the food from Cao Chuan's hand and ate it in large gulps. Oh, I'm so hungry, it's really delicious. In less than half a minute, the bread and milk were swallowed by Wulanlan. After finishing, Wulanlan touched her flat lower abdomen and looked at Cao Chuan expectantly. She spoke up and said, "Little brother, I haven't eaten enough, is there anything else?" Cao Chuan shook his head in refusal. He answered, "Beauty, it's the end of the world now, and you should be very clear that food is not so easy to obtain." This. After listening to Cao Chuan's words, Wulanlan's words were immediately interrupted. But she didn't mind either, instead she looked at Cao Chuan with a contemptuous expression. "Okay, I'm willing to offer 10 times, no, 100 times the price to buy your food. That's enough, right? Don't be greedy. Clam. Are you joking? Just now, I thought Wulanlan knew the current situation. I didn't expect to be so foolish. Does a woman as big as a bear really have no brain? It's already the end of the world, money is trash, and even wiping ones but feels like it can't be cleaned properly. This silly girl actually wants to use money to buy food, it's really naive." Cao Chuan looked at Wulanlan like a fool, unmoved. He sat down on the sofa without saying a word and just looked at her like this. Wulanlan looked at Cao Chuan with a clearly disapproving expression. It seems that he also knows that his answer just now made Cao Chuan dissatisfied. Directly changing his strategy, he spoke to Cao Chuan in a voice and said, "Little brother, what do you mean by that? Is that okay?" She believes that no one can resist her coquettishness. However, Cao Chuan's actions directly shocked her. "I'm afraid what I want is not money, right?" After Cao Chuan finished speaking, his gaze looked at Wulanlan without restraint. That towering mountain peak, a slender waist with a plump grip, and an exaggerated waist-to-hip ratio. And she's also a young woman. Very suitable for Cao Chuan's XP. You're so disgusting. Wulanlan looked at Cao Chuan's gaze as if she wanted to wipe herself dry, trembling all over. With one right hand, she wanted to give Cao Chuan a big fight. Cao Chuan's reaction as he looked at Wulanlan was not urgent. A body that exceeds twice the human limit has an incredibly fast reaction speed. Wulanlan's hand was easily grasped. "Think it through for yourself. At this stage, I'm afraid only I can bring you food, and I'm not afraid you know. I'm a superpower, understand? Only by following me can we live better in this apocalypse. Hello, think carefully." Cao Chuan finished speaking. She swung her hand aside. "Anyway, it's not Cao Chuan who is hungry. How long can this Wulanlan withstand? Hunger can be very scary, especially after knowing that the person across from you has food, the feeling of hunger becomes even stronger." Cao Chuan simply pulled Li Jiayu next to him in front of him. In front of Wulanlan, kiss recklessly. "You, damn it." Upon seeing Cao Chuan, Wulanlan immediately ignored herself and stomped her foot in anger. She looked at Li Jiayu in Cao Chuan's arms and was about to pull her into her own camp. Unexpectedly, Li Jiayu, who was in Cao Chuan's arms, turned passive into active and sat directly in Cao Chuan's arms. Directly fed Cao Chuan to eat potato chips. Lying trough. Wulanlan was directly shocked. What does this mean? Are you a shameless woman? Hello. There is still someone next to me. Don't be so reckless. Even married couples would not behave as they please in front of others. Not right. If they are husband and wife, or in a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, then that man's reckless gaze just now. She wouldn't be angry, at least she would be jealous. And now, the woman's reaction is not jealousy but a crisis of hostility. It's like being afraid that I might take her place. That is to say, this girl is probably also with Cao Chuan for food. Wulanlan is a bit unbelievable. How long has this apocalypse been? Is it already so realistic? Is it difficult for this man to have other unknown trumps besides supplies? Think of it here. The heart of Wulan's appraisal began to waver. Anyway, I am not a perfect person. It doesn't seem so difficult to accept exchanging food for the body. Wulanlan is still brainstorming. At this moment, Cao Chuan was already feeling uncomfortable and itchy all over with Li Jiayu's breathing. Woman, it's on fire. Cao Chuan finished speaking, directly carrying Li Jiayu into the room. But before the door closes, Cao Chuan turned around and said, if you have figured it out, come and knock on the door. My patience is limited. Tonight, the door is open for you. If it's tomorrow and you ask me, I won't accept you. Bah. I'm shameless, I just starved to death. Jump down from here, I will never compromise, never, said Wulanlan with a stern expression. Cao Chuan's mouth curved upwards, as if he had already taken care of Wulanlan. A careless kick closed the door directly. Then he rudely threw Li Jiayu onto the bed. Take it lightly, husband. Lying in bed, Li Jiayu naturally cooperated very well and took the initiative to undress and untie Cao Chuan. The origin of humanity was quickly explored. Slow down a bit, don't, it will break, no, there, it's dirty, outside. Wulanlan listened to the music of decadence inside, and her face and ears turned red. Under broad daylight, the sky is bright and clear. This couple is so crazy, it's really shameless. Damn it. Speaking of which, it seems like my husband hasn't seen me for half a year. But I'm really hungry. Just like being bitten by a big mosquito. Wulanlan paused for a moment and wandered back and forth at the door of Cao Chuan's room. Damn it, it's been an hour now. Can't this woman's throat be hoarse? Wulan looked at the door in disbelief. She and her husband have had a few encounters, but each time they only last 15 minutes. Let's still include foreplay. This couple has been crazy inside for an hour and is still piling piles. Oh my goodness. It's about to catch fire. Half an hour later, the movement in the room gradually stopped. Wulanlan blushed, feeling the tingling legs. After hesitating for a while, he still extended his green and jade finger and knocked on Cao Chuan's door. Dong dong dong. Cao Chuan, who was supposed to be in one round, is now lying in bed, smoking the little white dragon he got from the small shop. Swallow the clouds and exhale the mist. Suddenly attracted by the sound at the door. Suddenly, his face lit up with joy. Is it really fragrant so quickly? It seems like I'm not feeling hungry. I thought it would be until tomorrow. Cao Chuan spoke disdainfully, but his heart was filled with excitement. When I think of Wulanlan's fiery figure. Cao Chuan became interested again. Standing tall. The door is not locked, just come in, he said with his mouth upon hearing Cao Chuan's words. Wulanlan immediately gave a thud. Slowly twisted the door handle and walked in lightly. Then she looked at the two of them, especially Cao Chuan's 8-pack abs. I only do it once. Chapter 7. Rewards of Wulanlan. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ding. The host has successfully saved the beautiful woman and detected that the target is a young woman. An additional reward will be obtained, which is currently being distributed. Ding. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the ability to control metal, level C, which can control all metals within a range of 50 meters. Ding. Congratulations to the host for receiving additional rewards. The space has doubled, and the host space has been increased from 10 by 10 by 10 to 20 by 20 by 20. Listen to the system reward prompt. Cao Chuan became even more excited, and the beauty in front of him not only allowed him to enjoy the happiness of everyone. It also brought him a special ability. Metal manipulation. If Cao Chuan remembers correctly, there is a movie on Blue Star where the main villain is this ability. In the movie, besides a certain professor, he directly suppressed and defeated numerous supernatural beings. Their strength is outrageously strong. Surprisingly, I have obtained such a power. One word, cool. We will discuss the matter of supernatural powers later. Cao Chuan decided to repay Wulanlan hard. Next time. Cao Chuan worked hard to reward Wulanlan for 2.5 hours later. This made Wulanlan, the big sister, obedient, watching the two women fall asleep on the bed. A sense of pride arises naturally. I lit a small white dragon again and left the room. Come to the living room. Cao Chuan began to examine the new abilities he had acquired. Metal manipulation. This ability is easy to understand, but I don't know how to use it. Cao Chuan took out the fire axe. This pure iron axe is perfect for testing his abilities. I don't know how many rebates this campus procurement has received. Cao Chuan only took 1 day. The blade of the fire axe is already full of potholes and potholes. This made Cao Chuan roast for a while. Focused on the fire axe. Activate the ability. Quickly, the fire axe melted visibly and turned into a puddle of molten iron. The changes have not stopped. Cao Chuan controlled the molten iron and eventually condensed it into 2 Nepalese army knives reflecting cold light. The cold light blinded Cao Chuan's Terra stone dog eyes. Sleeping trough, this. Cao Chuan looked at the Nepalese army knife in his hand. Immediately, he lightly touched the dark red coffee table in his hand. The tea table, as hard as a stone, was cut off like tofu. Lying trough. However, Cao Chuan had little education and couldn't think of any words to describe the 2 weapons in front of him at this moment. It's too strong. Cutting iron with coffee tables is like cutting tofu, isn't it like cutting zombies with just 1 knife? Later, Cao Chuan looked at the metal toy next to him. Whoosh! The toy was sucked over by Cao Chuan at an extremely fast speed. Sure enough, just like that big villain, he can suck metal objects up to his side, and correspondingly, he should be able to launch them too. Cao Chuan's words have just finished. The toy in hand flew out at an extremely fast speed. Bang! Directly collided with the electric kettle on the dining table. The electric kettle seemed to have been exploded, directly shattering into pieces. Nyobi Lakisi. Cao Chuan looked at the masterpiece in front of him and said excitedly. In this way, Cao Chuan now has both melee and ranged attacks. How many days is this the end of the world? Who else is there? You're invincible now. In the following time, Cao Chuan manipulated the metal toy again. I quickly calculated my current usage time. Control the metal toy to fly 500 meters, and you already feel dizzy. If you touch something, the distance will become shorter. But break down the metal toys into steel needles. This distance will double. After resting on the sofa for 2.5 hours. This feeling of dizziness gradually subsides. I understand, Cao Chuan said silently in his heart. Although the spiritual power has been restored. But Cao Chuan's drowsiness still surged in his head. With a yawn, Cao Chuan entered the room again, and at this moment, the 2 women were still in a drowsy state, even maintaining their previous white floral patterns. It seems that I am really tired. Anyway, all the nearby zombies have been guided by Cao Chuan's drones to other dormitory areas, so there is currently no danger. So he was directly taken to sleep with and hugged the 2 women in his arms, gradually falling asleep. Time flies by quickly. The next day. Under Li Jiayu's gentle towel washing his face, Cao Chuan gradually woke up. "Husband, you're awake," Li Jiayu immediately spoke up. Looking at the delicious woman in front of him, Cao Chuan raised his lips and pulled her directly to the front. "Pop it up. Just peck directly." "What time is it?" Cao Chuan said. Husband, it's already 8:30 now," Li Jiayu said. "Surprisingly, I slept for so long." Cao Chuan shook his head. "Quickly wake up. It seems that I was really tired yesterday and was able to sleep continuously for more than 10 hours. Now is the end of the world, not the time to lie flat. Too decadent. There are so many beautiful women waiting for me to save." Thinking of this, Cao Chuan jumped out of bed directly. He went to the restroom, washed his face with clean water, and immediately regained consciousness. Cao Chuan came out of the restroom and said to Li Jiayu at the door. "Let's have breakfast first." Good husband." Li Jiayu immediately nodded and obediently followed behind Cao Chuan, walking out. In the living room. Wulanlan is dressed neatly and has regained the coldness of the school flower. At this moment, Wulanlan is pondering on the sofa. Seeing Cao Chuan walk out, her cheeks turned red with a splash. Closing my eyes, I recalled yesterday's madness. At this moment, there is still a faint pain below. He's really amazing, much stronger than my husband, and he can't be considered a loser himself, can he? Murmured Wulanlan in her heart. "Come and eat together," Cao Chuan said to Wulanlan. Okay. Wulanlan tiptoed to the side of Cao Chuan, sitting next to him with a full butt. Cao Chuan naturally won't treat his women unfairly. I took out a portion of bread and milk from the space, and gave them one for each with soy egg and salt-baked chicken legs. A new day has begun. The two women looked at the food in front of them. These junk foods from peacetime. The food they despised at the beginning. Now taking a bite reveals a satisfied expression. It's so fragrant. This kind of technology and the taste of ruthlessness. After they went hungry, they cherished it even more. While eating, he looked up at Cao Chuan. This thigh must be held tightly. Having breakfast, Cao Chuan took out his phone. At present, there is no power outage and the network is still smooth. I just don't know how long the power system can last. It's really one less day to play. Open WeChat, there are already so many messages on WeChat that it explodes. Especially in his class group, the chat records of over a dozen people have already reached 999 plus, and Cao Chuan took a closer look. Most of them are distress messages. Foolish. Cao Chuan roast. It's already this time, not even thinking about self-rescue, wanting to be rescued is like living in a dream. However, as a member of the finance and economics department, the girls in Cao Chuan's class have good looks. Basically, they all grew above Cao Chuan's aesthetics. It can save one or two. Chapter 8. What food needs to be exchanged with? You are listening at novel full.audio. Think of it here. Cao Chuan pushed the chat records of the class group to the top. Sure enough, I found several distress signals from female classmates. As for the other silent girls, I'm afraid it has already passed away. Yang Yiyun. Who can come and save me? My location is in the women's restroom on the 3rd floor of Building C, and now there are all zombies outside, so scary. Wang Meimei. I'm in the girls' dormitory, and my roommate turned into a zombie and I locked him outside the balcony. I've finished all the food in the dormitory. Is anyone coming to save me? I'm so hungry. If I don't eat again, I'll starve to death. Jiang Ruer. You sisters upstairs are lucky. I was trapped in the dance room with nothing. I can't even go to the toilet. Sobbing. There are still a few zombies wandering outside, it's so scary. Lu Shenshen. Rower, we are all in the same boat. I am also in the dance studio. There are 4 zombies outside of me. What about you? Jiang Ruer. I have 5 zombies here. Lu Shenshen. Hug. In addition to these 4 girls speaking in the group, there are also 7 male classmates speaking in the group. However, Cao Chuan ignored the statements of these male creatures directly. Although they are all classmates, they have never treated Cao Chuan as a person. Cao Chuan was often mocked and ridiculed by them. These second-generation people, relying on their family's good economy, often order high-end takeout on a daily basis. When I saw that it was Cao Chuan delivering the goods, I deliberately made things difficult and threatened negative reviews. In their eyes, Cao Chuan is a dog. A husky who can be easily insulted. Cao Chuan gave a cold smile. Help, I'll save Nima coins. These male classmates, even if kneeling in front of Cao Chuan for help, he would not consider going to rescue them, and would even humiliate them severely before watching them embark on the road. On the girl's side, Yang Yiyun is the closest to her. Cao Chuan himself left the C teaching building. It's not very difficult to go back and save her, after all, Cao Chuan's current strength is self-evident. In addition, the zombies in the teaching building are all inside the classroom. As long as it is not surrounded by a massive number of zombies, Cao Chuan is still confident that he can save her. Next is Wang Meimei. The girls' dormitory and Cao Chuan's graduate dormitory are separated by 2 teaching buildings and a large playground. These 2 buildings are also commonly used teaching buildings. On weekdays, it's always crowded, and every time after class, I have to queue up at the stairwell to wait and go downstairs. It is comparable to line 2 of death, with terrifying foot traffic. I'm afraid half of the students from Yongjiang University will go here. This journey is probably the most dangerous place for Yongjiang University. At present, Cao Chuan does not intend to confront these zombies head-on. Cao Chuan is not foolish enough to think that he is truly invincible, at least not at this stage. At least take 2 more high-quality beauties and get some more rewards. Wang Meimei's rescue, Cao Chuan decided to put it last, hoping that she could hold on until she passed by. Finally, there are those 2 female classmates in the dance studio. Cao Chuan pondered for a moment and decided to go and save them first. Without him, these 2 are still hungry. Toilets, dormitories, and at least fresh water are available for drinking, and even if it's not enough, they can still be self-sufficient. And in the dance studio, there is nothing but a mirror. Life is seriously threatened. Such a good cannon. Girls, we can't let them disappear like jade. However, before going through, Cao Chuan still needs to confirm whether they are alive. So, Cao Chuan directly posted the food in front of him, as well as photos of 2 beautiful women eating at the same table. Just posted it, in less than a minute. The group exploded directly. Serious counselor. At Cao Chuan, where are you? The teacher is hungry, and you can't waste the food in front of you. Just pack it and give it to the teacher. As long as you bring it over, I will add your name to the financial aid promised to the impoverished student you promised before. Don't worry, the teacher won't waste your food. I'll give you a delivery fee of 100, not 1,000 yuan. Level 8 Gale. At Cao Chuan, Lick Dog Chuan, your little one is still alive. Your brothers are all hungry, and if you run the ugly troop, you must know where there is food. Hurry up and bring some food to your fathers. Don't worry, our brothers will not treat you unfairly. In the future, we will designate you to deliver takeout and give you a good review. Jie Gu. At Cao Chuan, hey, delivery boy, as long as you bring me the food in front of you, I'll make a promise to you. Didn't you always want to work at my company? I'll be your security guard, 5,000 yuan a month, and you'll also pay social security. Paratrooper 2 Sting Apes. At Cao Chuan, takeout boy, how about I exchange all your food with Kiana's hands? You're not at a disadvantage this time, I hope you don't be unkind. Yang Yiyun. At Cao Chuan, who is that? Delivery guy, I'll order some takeout and you can bring it over. I'll treat you to a cup of milk tea. Wang Meimei. At Cao Chuan, Wu, you're with the class monitor. That's great. Are you ready to start rescuing your classmates? First, save me. I'm so hungry, delivery guy. I'll give you a chance to show off. Don't you like the class monitor? I'm her roommate. As long as you save me, I promise to say something good for you. Jiang Ruer. At Cao Chuan, save me first. I can't hold on anymore. The dance studio here is all transparent, and there are already more than 10 zombies surrounding outside. I don't know how long this glass door can last. As long as you come to save me, I'll give you a chance to pursue me. Lu Shenshen. At Cao Chuan, the same goes for me. Oh, I replied so quickly. It seems that everyone's mental state is still okay. But looking at the replies from these people in the group, Cao Chuan smiled. These people seem to have not realized that it is already the end of the world. He kept calling and drinking at me. Delivery boy. Hee, it seems to help them understand the rules of the game. Cao Chuan quickly pulled Li Jiayu, who was eating, in front of him. At this moment, Li Jiayu, who was holding bread in his mouth, looked at Cao Chuan with a bewildered expression on his face. Cao Chuan did not explain, but directly turned on the front camera. Tell us lovely classmates what food needs to be exchanged for, Cao Chuan said with a smile. Ah, this. Don't be shy. To be honest, I have agreed to add a soy egg for you. Cao Chuan said with a smile. Additional meals. I said, if you want to get food, you need to give birth to your husband. Li Jiayu said. After Li Jiayu's words fell, Cao Chuan didn't break his promise, so he gave her a soy egg and pinched Li Jiayu's grain bag with impunity. I just closed the video recording and sent it in. They were chattering about Cao Chuan in the group, thinking that the CPU had succeeded again when they saw that Cao Chuan had not replied. I didn't expect to receive a video. What did Cao Chuan do? After they clicked on the video, they were dumbfounded. Chapter 9. Surprisingly, there are survivors. You are listening at novel full.audio. Level 8 Gale. At Cao Chuan, what do you mean by this? It's just that there's a virus invading, and you're threatening the class monitor to give birth to your child during this critical moment. I tell you, this is illegal. Draft a horse, quickly release the class monitor. Jiayu's go. At Cao Chuan, dog thing, quickly release my goddess. At Li Jiayu, don't be afraid of Jiayu's goddess. Tell me the location and I will help you call for rescue. Serious counselor. At Cao Chuan, restricting women's freedom is illegal for you, classmate. Do you know that? Paratrooper 2 sting apes. At Cao Chuan, aren't you doing this well? How can you use food to trick a girl's body? I strongly condemn your unethical behavior. Jie Gu. At Cao Chuan, takeout guy, you're bloated. Yang Yiyun. It's shameless to smell it. Wang Meimei. At Cao Chuan, delivery guy, we are all classmates. How could you expect us to help you have a child with some food? You are taking advantage of someone's danger. Jiang Ruer. You're shameless. We will not succumb to your lewd authority. You're dreaming. Lu Shenshen. Put away your food, I feel nauseous watching you. Don't even look at your dog face, do you also deserve it? Wang Meimei. Pooh. Watching everyone's reaction, Cao Chuan didn't mind either. Anyway, it's not me who is starving. Since they don't appreciate it, there's no need for them to warm their faces and cool their buttocks. There are many girls at Yongjiang University. Give them a chance not to use it, then don't use it. However, Cao Chuan didn't say too much and directly targeted a few girls in the group. Cao Chuan. At Yang Yiyun, at Wang Meimei, at Jiang Ruer, at Lu Xinshan. If I think it through, it's just me. My time is limited, and after today, I won't have a chance. After Cao Chuan finished speaking, he turned off his phone. Continue eating your own breakfast. Class monitor Li Jiayu has been secretly watching Cao Chuan's every move at this moment. Seeing Cao Chuan put down his phone, he was curious about what exactly happened. So, Li Jiayu took out his phone. Open your phone, enter WeChat, and you will directly see that there is ET's own logo in the class group. Li Jiayu directly chose to open it and glanced at the group, which was indeed cursing Cao Chuan. What happened? Was it the video recorded by Cao Chuan just now? Ah, I lost my life. Li Jiayu glanced at the chat records. It turned out that Cao Chuan asked them to also help him have children, but he didn't expect to be scolded. Have these women not seen their situation clearly yet? Humph, these women don't want to be better. Cao Chuan's resources are not unlimited, as one less person means one less competition. Slipping down the message, Li Jiayu saw the few girls sending messages to herself alone. Tell her to quickly leave Cao Chuan, this despicable man. Li Jiayu did not reply, but instead sneered. Only she knows Cao Chuan's strength. I intended to deceive them by saying that Cao Chuan was not good to her. But he was also afraid that Cao Chuan would know she said bad things and kick her out. In this apocalypse, being able to hold on to such thick thighs is already like smoking from the ancestral tomb. Let me leave. What do I eat? Isn't it about exploring the origin of humanity? Cao Chuan is so powerful that everyone feels comfortable now. How can he be considered at a disadvantage? To put it another way of thinking, I even resorted to prostitution with Cao Chuan for nothing, and Cao Chuan still had to bring me food. It's just blood making, okay. Li Jiayu was fortunate to have met Cao Chuan, otherwise he would have gone hungry like them and might even be self-sufficient. It's so disgusting to think about it. Eat and drink enough. Cao Chuan belched heavily. Being able to eat enough in the apocalypse is a wonderful thing. Next, it's time to go out and collect beautiful women. Oh, no more supplies. Cao Chuan stood up and looked out the window at the sun hanging high in mid-air. Sunshine is not afraid of zombie attacks. Then he turned around and said to the two women, don't go anywhere in the room. I'll go out and search for supplies. If I don't come back, don't open the door. Do you understand? Cao Chuan just finished speaking. Li Jiayu immediately replied, husband, we will obediently wait for you at home for a while. That little expression, full of a licking dog vibe. If it had been before, Li Jiayu wouldn't have dared to think that she, who was playing with men between her hands, would have been like this. Even Wulanlan next to her was staring at Cao Chuan with fascination at the moment. There is no image of being cold and aloof yesterday at all. There's no way, Cao Chuan is too strong. In any aspect, she is much more powerful than her husband. Cao Chuan nodded with satisfaction. It seemed that the two women had already taken the stage. Only then did he leave with satisfaction. As soon as he walked out of the door, Cao Chuan turned his gaze to a 3-story building 100 meters away. The small Karami Cao Chuan in the dormitory area is definitely not worth it. Yongjiang University is very large, with a total of 8 gates. There is a snack bar at each entrance, and there are also 4 cafeterias. If you want supplies, you need to start from these places. The small shops at other gates are too far away, and it's not cost-effective in the past. My recent goal is only the 3-story building in front of me. It is one of the 4 canteens of Yongjiang University, and at its highest point, it can accommodate 3,000 people dining at the same time. Although fresh meat and ingredients in the cafeteria are usually delivered once a day. But those seasonings that can store eggs, cabbage, rice, etc. will definitely have a large amount of inventory. If conditions permit, Cao Chuan naturally does not want to keep eating milk and bread. I haven't had tomato scrambled eggs and shredded potatoes in vinegar for a long time. By the way, it would be even better if we could save another little cook or something. Having set his goal, Cao Chuan left Li Jiayu's dormitory directly. Outside the dormitory, after a day of time, a few more zombies have wandered here. When these zombies see Cao Chuan, this living person, 3 zombies excitedly gathered around. Cao Chuan just glanced at it. He directly fired 3 iron needles out. Show off and show off. The zombie fell to the ground in response. Under Cao Chuan's control, the 3 iron needles returned to their own hands. The metal manipulation ability is really useful. Just a few minutes after Cao Chuan killed 3 zombies, 2 survivors sneaked out of another dormitory building. Surprisingly, there are still survivors. Only 90% of people have become zombies, and there are still 10%. It's normal to have living people, Cao Chuan murmured. But Cao Chuan took a closer look. 2 male survivors. No wonder the radar didn't prompt. After seeing Cao Chuan, 2 male survivors showed a happy expression on their faces. They walked straight towards Cao Chuan, shaking his head and head, as if he had met a long-lost classmate with great enthusiasm. Cao Chuan's eyebrows furrowed slightly. I don't seem to know these 2 people. But soon, Cao Chuan knew the answer. Hey brother, you're also going to join the college's self-rescue team, right? It happens to be together, we have some care for each other. Chapter 10. Self-Rescue Team. You are listening at novel full.audio. Self-Rescue Team. Cao Chuan was stunned for a moment. He really doesn't know about this matter. Mainly taking care of women and not having time, where would one think of going to university forums? However, these 2 survivors also gave themselves a wake-up call. Although 90% of humanity worldwide has lost their lives, there is still 10% left. They also have a foraging need and will definitely find ways to survive. The strength of zombies is similar to that of ordinary people. As long as they overcome fear and hit the key, there is actually no difficulty in fighting alone. Cao Chuan had long known that such a day would come, but he didn't expect it to happen so soon. Since that's the case, Cao Chuan is not in a hurry to leave. He spoke to these 2 to understand the current strength of the self-rescue team. Speaking of the self-rescue team, it was initiated by the college's sports department. Those arrogant sports students killed more than 10 zombies in half an hour. You know, they were amazing, one survivor boasted. Yes, big brother, do you know superpowers? These sports students can still spew fire, just like wizards. You haven't seen the videos they posted. A zombie in front of him just needs to throw a fireball and it becomes Coke, it's really scary. Brother Zhang is even more impressive. Didn't you watch the video? He punched a zombie's head with just one punch. They became more and more passionate, as if they were not talking about the deeds of others, but about themselves. More than 10 zombies in half an hour. Cao Chuan chuckled contemptuously in his heart. More than 10 zombies, if it takes more than 3 seconds, I'll lose. However, Cao Chuan did not expect that there were already other supernatural beings now. I suddenly felt a crisis rising. It's not about how strong these superpowers are. But they now have the qualifications to search for supplies and rescue beautiful women. Since there are already others who want to compete with me for supplies. It must be an irreconcilable conflict. Cao Chuan is not a saint, but a selfish and petty person. In Cao Chuan's heart, the supplies and women of Yongjiang University are his personal belongings. No one can touch their fingers. Since that's the case, my own speed has increased. After accompanying the 2 for a while, Cao Chuan casually found a reason and left. The 2 of them looked bewildered as Cao Chuan left. They didn't care either. Roast on his lips, Cao Chuan looked arrogant, but he didn't expect to be a coward. He was really afraid of death, so he continued to go to the gathering place. Cao Chuan, who had left the two of them, quickly arrived at the outskirts of the three-story cafeteria. Cao Chuan first held two Nepalese hands. And my spiritual strength has always been concentrated on those few iron needles, whenever there is a wind or grass stirring. Cao Chuan will unleash a thunderous blow. Not yet close to the cafeteria. Cao Chuan was frightened by the scene ahead. With so many zombies lying in the trough, there are at least 200 at a glance. No wonder we didn't encounter a few zombies along the way. I didn't expect everyone to be here. At that time, the end of the world had just arrived in the evening, and many classes had not finished. Surprisingly, there were so many people in the cafeteria. It's too outrageous. Mads people, if they don't study well and attend classes properly, they will start eating as soon as it's time. I really have taken these old six. At this moment, a system prompt sound appeared in Cao Chuan's mind. Ding! A suitable pregnant woman has been detected nearby and is in danger. Please rescue the host as soon as possible. The corresponding information has been sent to the host system for notification. Please check as soon as possible. Ding! A suitable pregnant woman has been detected nearby and is in danger. Please rescue the host as soon as possible. The corresponding information has been sent to the host system for notification. Please check as soon as possible. Surprisingly, there are women here who are suitable for pregnancy again. Can it be that the cafeteria across from you is difficult? Without any hesitation, Cao Chuan immediately opened the system interface. Soon, a woman's message appeared in front of him. Name: Li Jiayu, photo. Image.GIF, age. 22, appearance rating. 96, body score. 91 purity. 99% current health level. 60%, fainting, comprehensive score. 94, system review. A high-quality human beauty is currently in a state of fainting and at any time in danger of her life. The host is requested to rescue her as soon as possible and make her pregnant. Cao Chuan installed this system panel. I was momentarily stunned. I'll wipe it. The system surprisingly gave a beauty rating of 96, which is even higher than that of Wulanlan. This is also too impressive. If it weren't for her slightly smaller chest compared to Wulanlan, this girl would be a rare encounter in the legend of 4,000 years. This kind of delicacy is something that can be encountered but not sought after. With the philosophy of not missing out on good girls and not letting bad girls go, Cao Chuan made a decision after 0.0001 seconds. Isn't it just that there are billions more zombies? The girls inside are now facing life-threatening situations. As a responsible young man, it is reasonable to take action to save him. Fight it. Cao Chuan gritted his teeth and looked at the group of zombies. 2 or more zombies, I looked at them with some fear. But to save the girl, I can't care too much anymore. He can wait, but the girl can't. Didn't you see that the current status is only 60%? Even if you don't go back today, grinding will still finish grinding these zombies. Think of it here. Cao Chuan's spiritual power directly controls 5 iron needles from within the space. Hovering in front of oneself. Whoosh whoosh. Cao Chuan sees the timing right. Directly controlled the iron needle to fly out. Under Cao Chuan's control, 5 iron needles, like Barrett's bullets, accurately hit the eyebrows of the 5 zombies. Just the first wave. 5 zombies fell to the ground in response. Under Cao Chuan's control, the iron needle returned to Cao Chuan's hands once again. Cool. With this metal control, Cao Chuan is equivalent to having 5 sniper rifles that can fire simultaneously. He is even more adept at dealing with zombies. The consumption of this spiritual power is not small. At present, only 5 iron needles can be controlled at a time with current mental strength, and the target's position cannot exceed 80 meters, otherwise the endurance will be greatly reduced. The fall of 5 zombies did not cause any ripples. I don't know what attracts these zombies in this cafeteria. Even though 5 companions have fallen to the ground, their direction of action has not been affected. Surrounding the cafeteria as usual. But Cao Chuan didn't think so much either. Continue to control the iron needle to gather zombies here. Cao Chuan played back and forth 10 times, killed 50 zombies, and felt as if he had drunk fake wine. I felt dizzy in my head. No way. Cannot continue, fainting outside the unsafe area. It's definitely a big taboo. Thinking of this, Cao Chuan looked around 360 degrees and saw the one across from the cafeteria. This is an idle property of a school. The first floor was rented to a courier company as a station for receiving and sending packages. The second floor is the warehouse. The express delivery won't arrive until 6 p.m. that day, so the students will come over to pick up the package after they have had enough to eat and drink. At this moment, there aren't many zombies picking up packages at the doorstep. There are only a dozen or so. This zombie is not enough to see in front of Cao Chuan. I saw Cao Chuan holding a Nepalese hand like a bulldozer and killing into the group of corpses. Nepal, where iron is cut like mud, is like a spinning butterfly in the hands of Cao Chuan. Poo. 1 knife, 1 small zombie. In less than a minute. Cao Chuan directly entered the express delivery shop.